Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. You know what it is, shine dig, baby. Let's get into it. Today, I want to talk to you about the power of words, okay? And how they may or may not be working for you. It's no secret anymore, and maybe it is for some people, okay? That the thoughts, the words that one uses will or will not get you to where you want to be. Now, what do you mean by that, Shine? Well, what I mean is this. A lot of people talk about things like manifestation, okay? But oftentimes what I see is that they don't give you an explanation as to what manifestation actually is, okay? And manifestation is actually broken down, okay, into different parts. And as simply as I can put it is like this. If you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, well, you're also right. Now let's drill down on that a little bit more, okay? For years, I spent wasted. Nah, spent. That's a better word, okay? Spent years being angry. Y'all know that. I mentioned it in the last video. But what I didn't get into, what I didn't drill down into, was how even though I was working, I was pushing, grinding, I was not ever feeling any sort of success. And success is measured differently by each of us. For me, it's always been the same, whether it's doing these videos, whether it's writing songs, it's to reach out to let you know that you're not alone, okay? Absolutely not alone. And that's why I want to get into this, because the words we use really lay out the path in front of you, okay? Now, for me, what I had to do, because I'm stubborn, I'm getting better at it, I'm learning every day, was I had to break several times. And by break, I mean fall down by making mistakes, poor choices, numbing myself with substance. And while I was going through that period, I believed that everything was better because it causes a disassociation in the brain, right? When you're in that position, you think that nobody knows what you're up to. You think you've got it. You think that everything's going to be all right. But when you numb, you don't just numb the bad. You numb all the good parts of you, and you get stuck in a downward spiral. And then you start using words like, this is the last time. This is my last drink. I'm done. Tomorrow's a new day. Well, tomorrow never comes. It's always today. It's always right now. So what are you going to do right now? What can I do right now? Well, a good place to start is to start looking at why you're numbing yourself, why you're punishing yourself, because you don't deserve it. I know that. If you're doing it, if you're beating yourself up, it's more likely because you've opened yourself up to carrying everybody else's weight, to trying to figure a way out through the strife. And sometimes, most times, that's going to put you in a bad place. So what can I do? Well, first I need to sit down and look at what got you to that position. And if any of that's resonating with you, the likely answer is You're doing something that you do not fully believe in, or that makes you angry, makes you miserable. Take your career, for example, all right? You're not happy with your career. At minimum, you're spending 8 hours a day there, okay? Out of a possible 24, all right? And I know that's the low end. Most of us are doing 10, 12, plus something on the side just to get by. But maybe this hasn't been pointed out to you. That tells me that you are full of drive. Question is, where are you driving to? Are you driving towards your dream? Or are you driving away from it? That's where you want to start, okay? Is the effort I'm putting in coming back? Is it getting me closer to where I want to be? Or have I grown more disenchanted? Have I lost myself amongst the noise? What do I even want, right? All right, let's get it to it. Back on point. Remember what I said about if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you can't. This is what worked for me. This is what still is working for me. I now know where I'm going. Like 100%. It's already there. Okay. Here, I see it. Here, I feel it. And remember, these two things are to be used in tandem. You need to believe in yourself. I believe in you. I believe in me. And that's where it had to start. I had to start believing in me, believing that the capabilities, the skills that I have learned, whether they were something that came naturally or something I had to work for, they were of value. And each one of us has value inside of us. You need to take the time to figure out what it is you need. Figure out what you need, then you'll get what you want. But you cannot force it. But you can persuade your mind slowly by switching out those inner thoughts of, I can't, to I will. Because you will. You will get that promotion. You will become successful on YouTube. You already are. Now, you got to practice, okay? When that thought comes into your head, that intrusion, that unwelcomeness, let it come. This is natural. It happens to all of us. Some people more, some people less. But remember, the average is you have 70,000 thoughts a day. 70,000. And for a person with a healthy brain, statistically, they say, this is wild, but about 75% of those are negative. Okay? That's a big old number. That's a challenge for y'all. You can go do a little bit of math on that. But why am I getting at that? Okay? I'm not the most tech savvy fella in the world, and I'm all right with that. I'm learning as I go, and it does require patience. By me learning, applying the patience, and continuing to keep a schedule, that keeps me on track to hit my goals, which I mentioned at the beginning of this video, right? Now, it's going to take work. Anything worth doing takes work. If it didn't, everybody would do it. We wouldn't have the problems we have with negativity, people coming in and cutting you down when you're trying your best. But remember the laws of power, okay? There are people in this world that want to see you fail. They're likely the people closest to you. And why? Because they are repelled by that bright, shining light that is inside of you. It scares them because they're insecure with themselves and they see that you are capable, smart, strong, and they want to take that from you because they are not. Do not allow this. Understand what it took me so long to figure out. Let me save you a minute. Let me save you a whole bunch of consequences that nobody should have to deal with, okay? Two choices in these situations. You either meet it and exceed it. Don't recommend this. That will cause a setback. Or you ignore it. In this platform, you can just simply delete. Get it out of your mind. Let it process through your head. And then shake it off. Like they used to say when we were young and you get hurt playing sports. Walk it off, baby. Because if you don't walk it off, you're going to carry it with you. And every time you don't walk it off, you're going to carry more with you. Until the weight of the world and the weight of all that extra carry cuts things short for you. Whether it may be your existence on this plane or that dream that you deserve to have, that you have worked so hard to get. Now, I want to say something here. I want to keep bringing y'all content. I want to keep building y'all up. I'm going to keep doing that. And I'm going to keep showing love to all y'all. I would like to get into the next couple of weeks of doing a few lives, but it will be, a very different forum from what I've been seeing. And I think we could all benefit from it. For years, I worked as a counselor after I got my act together. And that's where a lot of what I give to you guys has come from, through helping other people in these centers. So what I'm trying to get to is, if any of y'all would be interested in that, leave a comment below, okay? And if enough folks come in, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure out a time schedule that works for everybody. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, if that helps you at all, to figure out maybe what would work and what would not work. Now, I know I'm not the biggest channel, and that's not what this is about. This is about anything I can do to help inspire you, get you to where you need to be. Hell, if you just need to talk, that's what it's going to be about. More of a group session, all right? So let me know what y'all think about that. And in the meantime, I want you to think about yourselves, okay? And I want you to remember that you are all that you need. You always have been. Keep on shining, baby. We out.